Hi everyone, welcome to the series of my grammar classes.
Let us discuss modal auxiliaries today. We already discussed auxiliary verbs in our last video. There are 24 auxiliaries in English. Auxiliary verbs are classified into two, primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Be forms, have forms and do forms are known as primary auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries, they can stand alone without the help of the main verb. They function as main verb as well as auxiliary verb. Some auxiliary verbs express ideas such as ability, advice, certainty, duty or obligation, determination, intention, necessity, offers, permission, polite request, possibility, prediction, probability, prohibition, and willingness. They are called modal auxiliaries or modals. Let us see modal auxiliaries now. Shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, and ought to. These are the modal auxiliaries in English. Shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, and ought to. Let us see some examples for modal auxiliaries. He can climb trees. The verb can here expresses the idea of ability. Likewise, she can speak German. Here also the verb can expresses the idea of ability. Can I borrow your camera? Can here expresses request. You should start now if you want to catch the train. Here should expresses the idea, advice or suggestion. They must be tired after such hard work. Must expresses certainty here. I must finish the work today. Must here expresses the idea of necessity. You mustn't smoke in the auditorium. It is prohibition. Mustn't is prohibition here. I will definitely help them. Will here expresses the idea of intention. Robbie will be here before we start. It is prediction. Robbie will be here before we start. You ought to help your parents. Obligation. Ought to here expresses obligation or duty. You can catch the train. Possibility. You can catch the train. It's possibility. You may start your exam now. That is permission. You may start your exam now. That is permission. You must have a passport to cross the sea. Must here expresses necessity or requirement. You must try this coffee. It's excellent. Here must expresses the idea to persuade somebody. Need and dare only occur as modals in negative and interrogative sentence. Interrogative means questions. Let us see some examples now. You needn't go there now. Need she come in the afternoon? You needn't go there now is a negative sentence. Likewise, need she come in the afternoon? It's a question, interrogative sentence or questions. Okay, it's a question. He daren't come to me. He daren't come to me is a negative sentence. Likewise, dare he say such things? It's a question. It's an interrogative sentence. So we will use need and dare only in negative and interrogative sentences as modals. Likewise, used to only occur in sentences which are in past tense. For example, he used to play cricket when he was in college. Only to express ideas which are in past tense, we will use used to. Modal auxiliaries are the verbs which help to modify the mood of the main verbs. They express different moods. Modal auxiliary behaves differently from main verbs. A modal auxiliary does not have yes ending in the third person singular. For example, she reads a novel. Read is the main verb. According to the subject, we added yes to the verb here. The subject is third person singular. So we added yes to the verb here. She reads a novel. He plays football. He is a third person singular. So we added yes to the verb. Both the sentences are in present tense. She can dance well. Here can is a modal auxiliary. He may come back tomorrow. May is a modal auxiliary here, but we didn't add yes to the verb. Modal auxiliaries, they won't change according to the subject. Modal auxiliary has no present participle and past participle. They don't have past tense forms. Shall, will, can and may have the past forms should, would, could and might, but they are special forms with particular meanings of their own. They have different meanings. According to the sentence, the meaning will be changed. Shall and should both are not same. The other models have no past forms. For example, must, ought, need, dare, use. They have no past forms at all. So let us compare modals and main verbs. Modal auxiliaries have no present participle and past participle. But main verbs, they have present participle and past participle. The girls are smiling. Smiling is an example for present participle. Participles are classified into two, present participles and past participles. Asha is reading. So reading is present participle here. The main verb is read and the present participle of read is reading. The girls had sung a beautiful song. Sung is an example for past participle. Past participles are V3 forms. She has swept the floor. Here swept is the past participle. So main verbs, they have both present participle and past participle. But modal auxiliaries, they don't have present participle and past participle. Main verbs have past forms. For example, write, wrote, work, worked, play, played. But modal auxiliaries, they don't have past tense forms. Modal auxiliaries can only be used as auxiliaries. They do not change according to the subject. They can swim well. She can swim well. I can swim well. See here in these three sentences we can see different subjects. Even then there is no change in the modal auxiliaries at all. The three subjects are different. Even then there is no change for the modal auxiliary here. Likewise, we can see another one example. She can read well. She can read well. There is no change in the auxiliary verb even though the subject is third person singular. She can read well. There is no change in the auxiliary verb. Let us move to the next example. They may now. Does this sentence make any sense? There is only one verb, that is modal auxiliary. So modal auxiliaries, they cannot stand without the help of the main verb. So if there is no main verb means the sentence won't convey any sort of meaning at all. So modal auxiliaries, they cannot stand alone. They need the help of the main verbs. Primary auxiliaries, they change according to the subject. But modal auxiliaries, they won't change according to the subject. Even if the subjects are different, there won't be any change in modal auxiliaries. But according to the subject, there will be change in the primary auxiliaries. Let us see some example. I do homework. They do homework. She does homework. So first one is first person singular. They do homework, that is third person plural. She does homework. Here she is third person singular. So in third person singular, we will add yes to the verb. So here she does homework. But in the case of modal auxiliaries, even though the subject changes, there is no change in the modal auxiliaries. They can swim well. She can swim well. I can swim well. There is no change in the modal auxiliaries even though the subjects are different. But in the case of primary auxiliaries, it changes according to the subject. I do homework, they do homework, she does homework. I am happy, she is happy, we are happy. So according to the subject, there are changes in primary auxiliaries here. I am happy, she is happy, we are happy. You can see the changes in the primary auxiliaries here. They play the role of auxiliaries as well as main verbs. So primary auxiliaries, they play the role of auxiliaries as well as main verbs. But in the case of modal auxiliaries, they play the role of auxiliary alone. They cannot stand alone at all. Without the help of the main verbs, they cannot convey any sort of meaning. Primary auxiliaries, they perform the role of auxiliaries as well as main verbs. Modal auxiliaries, they make questions by inversion. Let's see some examples. She will go. We can make this sentence as a question also. Will she go? Likewise, let us see the next example. She can dance. And we can change this sentence into a question. Can she dance? Let us recall the things we have discussed today. Some auxiliary verbs express ideas such as ability, advice, certainty, duty or obligation, intention, necessity, offers, permission, polite request, possibility, prediction, probability, prohibition and willingness. They are called modal auxiliaries or modals. Modal auxiliaries are shall, will, can, may, must, ought to, should, would, could, might. Modals are different from normal verbs. It does not have s ending in the third person singular. It has no past participle and no present participle. It has no past tense forms. There are some exceptions. Shall, will, can and may have the past forms should, could, would, might. But they are special forms with particular meanings of their own. The other modals such as must, ought, need, dare, used have no past forms. Modal auxiliaries, they make questions by inversion. For example, she will go becomes will she go. Modal auxiliaries can only be used as auxiliaries. They do not change according to the subject. But primary auxiliaries, they can be used as auxiliary verbs as well as main verbs. They can stand alone without the help of the main verbs. Modal auxiliaries, they behave differently from the regular verbs. Modal auxiliaries are the verbs which help to modify the mood of the verb. It expresses different moods. So let us meet in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.